Right. Good afternoon and good evening, everyone, depending on where you're listening or you are hearing me from. Right. I hope it's been a wonderful day at our respective ends. Yes. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good evening. All right. Let's do a quick check to be sure everyone is here. All right. Just a moment. Okay, so just trying to position one or two things. Now is that an Hausa now or what else, whatever that means? I respond. All right. Yes. What a great day for us. Yes. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good evening, everyone. And let's please confirm you can hear me clearly. Confirm you can hear me clearly. Can we confirm? Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, thank you, Jimo. Thank you, Olajide Jimo. Thank you so much for that comment. Loud and clear. Thank you. Good. All right. So, because of our time, I think we need to start very, very quick because I feel we have quite a number of things to do tonight. Right. So, let me ask very quickly: how many of us have gotten the data that was shared on the LMS and on the community? It has been shared. Kalu, it has been shared. Please go to the folder, the Power BI folder on your LMS. It has been shared, and on the community, it has been shared. So please, if you have that data, HR data, if you have the HR data, oh, thank you, fantastic, guys, have gotten it. Jimmy Emmanuel, I've gotten it, got it, received it. Yes, I have. So if you have not gotten it, it means the name of the data is HR data. HR data. So if you don't have it, quickly dash to your dashboard, right? And then go to your files. Under your files, locate the BI files and then check for HR data. The HR data, yes, you've gotten it. Fantastic. Right, that's cool. So that is what we're going to be working with tonight. And let me quickly give us a heads up. I know tomorrow officially is the last class, all right? Although that's not the end to the training, we still have exams, we still have a few things to relate with you guys about mentorship when we communicate to you when we're supposed to meet and then for hackathon and all of that. All right, to see have the next 1 month together at least to finalize on your project and review and all of those things. So which we also be checking in at least. It might not be a statutory class like 3 days, 3 times that we're meeting now, but then maybe once or twice, at least just to ensure that your project is in work. So I also want to say that what we're going to be doing today is some sort of all encompassing from everything we have. All right, my location and Boy State is not included in the student hub form sent to the emails for us to fill. Oh, Igbo K, Idioma. All right, so we mentioned that some locations have not been sorted for now because we are still waiting for confirmation for those locations. If you have one or two people who can accommodate us as hubs in those locations, you can kindly reach out to us. So we are not in Ebonyi because we are trying to reach out to Ebonyi. We have not gotten the people we should. Does that make sense? So that's why we have not gotten to your side. All right. So definitely can't feel that field. Still with I don't understand. Diaspora, there are plans for you guys, so just hold on. Diaspora, generally, not just Cape Town, there are plans in the work for you guys. There are plans in the work for you guys. So diaspora, just hold on. All right. So, like I said, um, we are going to be doing a walkthrough. I'm not going to be. My session is a class. Is not a general question. So I don't want to. Abuse the opportunity, or you guys abuse the opportunity of me having those information to just use it to distract what we should learn. There are quite a number of things we should learn tonight. All right. So, okay, thank you, NM. Thank you, NM. I got that. I got that. Yeah, I got that. All right. So we'll look into it now. We'll look into it. So now, like I said, some of the processes that we have looked through are pending, merge, and all of those conditional column measures and all of those things. So we are going to walk through a project from start to finish, and I will expect that every one of us will walk through that project. Let me tell you what we are going to be asked to do. You remember we had the portfolio session. After this session, by the end of next week, you will be required to submit the link to your portfolio. Does that make sense? You will be required to submit a link to it. So that means everything you have documented in this class, we want to see it in your portfolio. And well, let me not let me just say it that way that maybe it might just be the time that maybe one or two persons are just waiting for, right? But then you will be required to submit your portfolio link. And all we want to see is we want to see the progress, everything you have been doing, how have you been documenting it. I see, let me also comment quite a number of us that are posting, talking on LinkedIn about what they are learning, the progressive journey, how it has been, and all of that. Fantastic stuff. You know, what I just need some of you to just do is just put all of this together, put it on your document for your portfolio, and then share it. All right. Trust me, you are telling good stories. You know, I see quite a number of. I see someone that does every day, every class day, and I see someone that give a summary of weekly class on LinkedIn. You know, like I've seen quite a lot, and trust me, once I see such, I at least I jump, I engage. So I try as much as possible, right? So well done at that. So, but then in all we are doing, please let's ensure that we document, and then we are able to put all of these together in our portfolio. All right. 18. What's your question? I'm not. You haven't seen the HR message again, and I'm not in any project group yet. This is not the time for me to answer that. If you had not seen any all of that, you don't know, maybe not in this session. If you have been attending classes, it should have been resolved. That issue should have been resolved now. All right, that issue should have been. All right, let's go to today's session so that we can move. Just joining for the first time. Wow, you're welcome. All right, so let me pull up my presentation and then we can start right away. Right, how many of us are excited tonight because I want to do some real good stuffs, and you know, by the time I start moving, I need you guys to follow because I won't take any or allow any distraction because I am hoping we would be able to do quite a number of things. So I'm going to be starting with some basis of visualization. Then we'll do some sort of DAX, that's data analysis expression. And I told you the last time that what data analysis expression means is that when you need to call some function, just like you do in Excel, right? And then you need to use some functions. How do you do it? we do it with data analysis expressions. That's DAX functions. So those DAX functions are numerous. Like we cannot even exhaust them. Even if you have the next 3 months in this class, trust me, you can't exhaust it. So what I can just say is the little we are able to do in this class, we will do, and we are also expect that every one of us will, of course, desire to learn more. And like I said, if we have some plans, of course, for people who have trained with us, and then maybe after this training you get to hear from us, right? Particularly for our registered participants. So for you, for those that want to learn more, maybe to the intermediate and the maybe professional level, we have definitely plans for people like that. All right. So so I want to believe how many of us have been able to, at least this is my interface, so I believe everybody should be here now. Coming here is not something difficult again. So let's go get our HR data. It's a workbook. So I go get my data. Now, listen carefully. Listen carefully, guys. Listen carefully. For the type of data you are working with, just like I've mentioned, we have worked with different data types, data sources. I am not sure we can have that time in this class. There's something that would have probably love to do, maybe during the course of our, maybe during the, what's it called now, the mentorship session slash project working and all of that. We can look at how you can spool a data from Google Sheet. How you can spool a data from Google Sheet and all of that. And we'll see how. Now, here on this table that I have two different tables. I have the HR data and I have the map data. I have the HR data and I have the map data. So let's begin with the map data because I need to explain a few things to us in the map data. Now, under this map data, if you look at it very carefully, you see states, longitude, latitude, populations in 2006, and then population in 2019. All right. So basically, like I said, anytime you get the data, the best practice is for you to what? Transform your data. And by doing that, what you are doing is you are taking your data to the what? To the mechanic workshop. Right, to the mechanic workshop. So now we are currently here, and here now the table one, if you see, yes, thank you, Mujisola, there's table one, but then there's nothing in that table one as far as what we need to use for this class. There's nothing in table one, all right? So now this is my map one, and under my map one, can you check through your data to be sure the data is consistent? Do you have anything that you need to see and then you feel like the data is good? Of course, because I have worked with this data and then I have checked, I am sure the data is clean and is okay, so I can just do close and apply. All right, so that I can just bring the data into my model, my environment, right? So I have closed and applied. So I believe everybody, particularly people following me, are able to do the same. Now, look at this side now. I have my map data here. So showing and sitting gallantly here as if ready for me to give it task. Okay. Now, all right, just a moment. So some of my visuals are not turning in. All right. Okay. So now, so when you come to your visualization pane, you remember there was a day Map data has different content with what you have on the screen. What do you have on your own map data? What do you have on your own map data? My map data has population sensor. That map data is actually talking about population sensor. I'll still get there, but just before I get there, I want to talk about visualization. You remember the last time when we look at our own how to position our visualization pane, particularly when you need to work with the visualization pane and how to position it and all of that, right? So this is this is a typical way, and I think somebody asked at the last class that how do we know the kind of visualization we need to call when we have to call one. Now I explained to you about some measures, dimensions, categorical variables, what other variable, that types of variables. If you're having attrition, business travel, and all of that, you are already on HR data. We are on data team, we are on map data, not HR data. Adeyeyonu, Olukayode, you are on HR data, not map data. We are currently working with map data before we go to HR data. So you might need to go and get the map data. You can leave this in the environment anyway, but then that's if you have imported it very well. All right. So now quickly, let's check at some of these metrics here that we use when we are doing visualization. Now, I want to quickly introduce us to a concept of map. Map. That is why I quickly want to do this in less than maybe 10, 15 minutes thereabout. I will do this map and then we'll go to what exactly we need to do today. All right. So now this map, if you look at this visualization, on my just over around you see something that looks like globe. You see where I am? I have a map. In front of it I have field map. In front of it and I have Azure map. Can you see these three maps that I just mentioned now? Now these are the three types of map, but I need you to understand that when you are visualizing your data, particularly after that you have cleaned your data, now your car has been fixed and then it's working perfectly well. Will you leave it at the mechanic workshop? You take it away and then you continue to enjoy your usage. All right. So the usage you are enjoying here is saying that after you have cleaned your data, let's visualize it so that anyone that is coming to engage with the data, even if they do not have understanding of what the data means, they can confirm that okay, this is what this person is trying to say. All right. By seeing presentation, you should be able to say that okay, this is what this is saying, this is what this is saying, this is what this is saying. All right. Does that make sense? All right. So that is what we need to do. Now, let me say this carefully so that you get it and don't please pay attention because what I'm saying tonight, I might be a bit fast. All right. I might be a bit fast, but I need you guys to please pay attention so that you can catch up and get along with me. All right. Now, if you look at this, there is these three dots under my visualization pane here. These three dots is showing that if I, in case I need more visualization, I can get more visualization. How can I get more visualization? I can get more visualization when I click on it. But listen carefully. For you to get more visualization, you will need to sign in because it's going to take you directly to ask you download more visualization, more like a add-on. Power BI also have some visual add-on. For instance, now, if you want to do something like mark you on your screen when you have a scroller, something scrolling on the top below, maybe you have seen a report like that, and then while the report is uploaded, something is showing below like this. That is scroller. You might not see that here. That is, visualization is so vast that you might need to really work at least for the elementary phase or for the elementary part. You might still make do with all of this, but a time will come when you begin to work maybe to at the intermediate level or at the I'm having black because I chose black view. So let me I can change my view. I can change my view. Don't mind me. I don't see people with this white thing always. All right, does this make sense now? All right, I've returned it to white for you guys. The screen is dark. Any small thing like this, somebody will shout, I want to say something. Okay, now I believe the screen is white now, right? And after the class, I'll go back to my team. If you cannot see anything, just make sure you are hearing something, because I am not doing anything, I'm only explaining. So you need to pay attention and you don't miss out while you are typing. I'm not actually doing anything. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. I'm not doing anything per se. All you just need to do is pay attention. Make sure you have a good resolution, particularly if you are using your phone. You might have challenge with all this zooming thing. So if you are working on your PC and you have a good resolution, you should not have any issues, right? Because I also have a control measure here to see what the screen looks like. So, and I know what I am seeing. So for me to actually see, I'm seeing, I have a phone view, I have a system view, right? So I have, at least to a good extent, what someone carrying phone should see and what someone carrying a system should see. All right. So now, like I said, I was talking about visuals here. Why we introduce us to a few of these visuals, an example is map that we're going to be using shortly, right? We are not limited to what we can use, particularly when you know what you're looking for. You see, one of the things you can just do for yourself, you can just check, research online and say, okay, how can I get this particular visualization on Power BI? And then the only thing it will require you is to log in. Now, for you to log in here, it will request of you a business account or a student account. Microsoft is an enterprise account. And what do I mean by enterprise account? Now, enterprise account is not all these our Gmail, Yahoo Mail, all of those. They are not enterprise account. Those ones are personal account. So they don't work on business account. Do you understand? They don't work. So for instance, now, if I need to sign in on this now, I have my own business account. I have my own organization account. So either organization account, student account, or enterprise account, you can use any of those to sign in to your Power BI, without which you cannot. If you try to just click on this sign in here, and then you want to put your Gmail or your Yahoo Mail, you discover that it will tell you that you should rather use your enterprise account. All right. So here we have quite a number of visuals. We have a bar chart. Bar chart when you are comparing, when you are looking at the major difference between maybe products. You want to look at the difference between products. That's your bar chart, and then you now have it as stacked column chart. Now you can have cluster column chart when you want to compare two things within the same entity. Let's say, for instance, now you want to say you want to look from the data that has a gender and at the same time maybe gender male and then their age group. So for instance, now we're going to be exploring all of this in what we're going to be doing tonight. So wherever we stop tonight on this visualization and DAX, I'm bringing them together because of time, right? So we're going to be using both. We're going to be working it out. I will bring them into application. Yes, you can log in for now. You can log in for now. Apparently, you do not really need to log in, right? If you notice, whatever I'm doing now, I'm not logged in. If I want to, I can anyways. But then I don't want that to make you probably make you guys feel intimidated, because when people start asking again, how can I log in? How do I log in? How will I log in? You really do not need that for now. All right. You will need login when you probably need to publish your report in your cloud service. You remember when I spoke about cloud service, your Power BI service, and then all of that. That is when probably you need to log in or to sign in, right? So now we have all of this already. So now, because of my time, like I said, pie chart, I can use it to just check. Now, anytime you are using your pie chart, please, I want to beg you, make sure the category of data you are considering maximally should not be more than 6 to 7. What do I mean? For instance, if you need to use a pie chart to represent a pictorial representation, do not make it cluster. Do not make it what? Cluster. Don't bring in a pie chart where everywhere is just clustered. How I wish I'm able to show us something. I think I did anyways. I'm not sure. Maybe I showed us about something around the good, bad, and ugly designs. I'm not sure I did, but can somebody has anybody heard about that in this class? Good, bad, and ugly. I think I did in my first class. Good, bad, and ugly designs. All right. So there's something we call the good design, when you maximize what you actually should see. Don't cluster your visualization. Don't make it look terrible, right? Don't make it look terrible. Oh, I did not. Okay. Maybe. Okay. Just a moment. Just a moment. I'm trying to see if I can pull up any email to show that. And if not now, maybe after the break or subsequently in our next class. All right. Let me not use that so that it doesn't distract me. So, but then what am I trying to say here? So don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. What am I trying to say here is that don't make, for instance, now that pie chart now, don't begin to consider like 10, 15 entities on your pie chart. You already made it clustered. It's already jam-packed. So that will not be a good design. That will not be a good design. All right. So, and when you have something like your bar chart can actually be expanded to accommodate more data values, right? So that is what we are talking about here. All right, quickly, because of our time. Let's quickly go to our map data. Now, if you explore this map data, can you guys tell me what you have on the table of our map data? Can you guys tell me, explain to me, can you just mention at the comment section, what are the things you see on our map data? Yes, anybody, anybody, anybody. Longitude, latitude. Thank you. Longitude, latitude. Okay. Is that the only things you guys are seeing? Population and then states. All right. That person means states. Now, listen. The first thing again I want to say to you guys, listen carefully. Anytime you are getting a data to work with, before you begin any analysis, always ensure you have a good understanding of what the data is talking about. I said this earlier that before you start working on any data, you want to have an idea. Now, can somebody explain to me, or can somebody just type at the comment section, what do you think this data is talking about? Having taken a look at it, what do you think this data is talking about? Yes, I need comment section. I need people to comment to respond at the comment section. Census, thank you, David Oluwasanwo. Census, population census, okay, map of a country, land space, okay, size of each state. I like that. So you guys are already beginning to think around different things around it. So that means you have an idea of what you should do or we can do with our data, right? So geographical information census, okay. All right, fantastic. Now, looking at this, we have been given the map of Nigeria, so to say, with what I have here, all right, which are states, and then it has longitude and latitude, which is the what do we call it now? That's the geographical location of each state, where you can find each state, right? Then the population for each state in 2006 and when in 2019. So now we have population for this state in 2006 and then the population for this state in 2019. So that means if you look carefully, most likely this data is actually talking about population census that happened in those years, right? So now we want to view, and then if you are working on, you are shared with a data to work on something that has to do with map. How do you call map out? All right, now let's go. Since we have observed what is all about, then we can quickly go back to our report view, and then let's bring this our map, the one that looks like globe, the ones that look like globe, then pull it out. Now, when you pull it out, you can expand. I have expanded my screen. I just so that everybody can see. I will try and maximize all my visuals, maybe one visual in a page, just so everybody can see and resonate with what I'm doing. Now, what do we want to see here? What we want to see here is first, when I pull out my map, come and see my parameters here. My parameter is saying here location, legend, latitude, longitude, bubble size, and two tips. Right? So all of these are things that I want to consider. By default, somebody will note that you see latitude here, just go to add data under your map data and pick your latitude. Okay, before I get there, let me quickly explain something here. Before I get there, I spoke to us about categorical variables, um, dimension variables, and all of that. Now, anytime in your table, please listen. Anytime in your table you see a sign of summation like this, it shows that data can be summarized. What do I mean that can be summarized? If, for instance, I want to see the average of the total latitude, for instance, I say, it's possible. If I want to see the average of this, the sum, the highest, the lowest, and all of those variables is possible. But look at state. State is not having anything because it's not what? Is not that variable that can show that. All right. So for states now, you cannot possibly see what do we call it now? The sum, the average. The only thing you can see there possibly is what? Count. Does that make sense? Is count, not sum, not average, not mean and max. All right. So having said that, let's get back to our data parameters here. I have my latitude here. Then I bring my latitude. I click on it, and then immediately I click on it. Did you see what I have? Now, listen carefully. Guys, I know one or two people will be having issues right now. Immediately I click on that, it popped up the map of the world for me because I just picked on latitude generally. Now let me see how many of us have something that look like a map on our visuals. How many of us have something that look like map on our visuals? Thank you, Inyene. No aggregation for state, only count. Thank you. You got my point. I'm deliberately not responding to people asking for the map data. So Femi, please, if you can help us, help them so that they will know where to get it. Wow, Ulusoji Omobalale have it. You have something that look like a map. Fantastic. All right. Akin, oh, you do not. So can you tell me what you have shown on your screen? Because there is a problem we need to solve for some people. For some people, I don't. Okay. Which of the map? What I pick is map, and that map is the one that look like a global. Please pay attention. It's still blank. Okay, so it's still blank. Fantastic. Now, the reason why it is blank is because, okay, pick your longitude now. Under longitude, add data and pick your longitude. Let's see what you have. Can you see now? Somewhere far away on my data, I already have the map of Nigeria. Somewhere, like, I can even maximize this to see. Thank you. I saw that. That's what I want to see. King Onwukwe, map visual disabled. Map and field map visual disabled. All right. So number one thing is this. you will require an internet to do this, all right? You will require an internet to do this. Also, now if you notice you have a map and visuals disabled, all you need to do, like the last time we did when we wanted to change our on-premise visualization pane, all right? What you need to do is come to your file, options and settings, all right? Under your options and settings, come to your options. For those of you that are having map and field map disabled, I am talking to you guys so that you won't have to call back my attention. All right. So under your global options, now there is security. Under your global options, there's security, and under the security, you will see arc GIS for Power BI. You can check them. Map and field map visuals, check it. I am sure it is not checked, so you might need to check it, and once you check it, click OK, and you will need to reload your Power BI. You will need to reload your Power BI. Disabled on object interaction. So if you are having disabled on object interaction, just follow the step I just shared right now. For Laram Olatunde, it is not possible for you not to have map on your visuals. It is not possible. So let me know at the comment section how many of us have been able to effect our map and field visuals, and now you can see something on your map. Let me see at the comment section, please. All right. Akin is still loading. Okay. Done. Okay, Okun. Have you now bring up your latitude and longitude now? Let's see whether you will have the map. Let me know if you are now have the map. Under security, check your map and field visuals. Your map and field. Yes, leave your summarization to don't summarize under latitude and longitude. Don't summarize. You have it now. Azubuke blessing confirm. I like that. Done. Okay, Olopele Moses is showing sum of latitude. When you have something like sum of latitude, come to this, and there's one arrow in front of the cross. There's one arrow in front of the cross. Open it. You see field latitude. You see summarization. Under summarization, you see sum. Select don't summarize. Select don't summarize. I need you guys to be fast with this. Oh, you have it now. Fantastic. I like that. You guys are catching up. All right, Amma Grace is showing to display longitude and latitude. Set the aggregate for latitude and longitude to don't summarize. I just explained that now. Under your latitude, and you have to do that for the two. Under your latitude and longitude, there is one caret showing like a greater than sign. Click on that greater than sign, open the box beside it. You will see summarization. Keep it at don't summarize. Keep it at don't summarize. Yeah, Victoria this way showing now. Thanks. All right, Bushola, my map is now showing. All right. Doris or DSC, what exactly are you seeing on your screen? I have clicked on it. Mine is not showing. So if it's not showing, what can you see? This is just the simple way. All right, Stephen Ajibola, that is not true. That is not true. You can't say your data does not have don't summarize. Now, if you don't have don't summarize, come back to your data here. Did you have this summation sign? Did you have this summation sign in front of your data table? If you have this summation sign there, that means you have it. Only that you don't know where to get it. Fantastic. AY Prime. Yes, AY Prime. I'm seeing you again tonight. I think I see there are a few people that have been seeing their consistent engagement in the class. I can count about maybe 5, 7 names. AY Prime, OSF, this OSF, Oluwasegun Atolu, I used to. Then there's a Koyun. There's you know, if I see some of those names, I will remember them again. Right? All right, so please, like I said, because of our time, this is almost 1 hour, and then we are still not done anything with the map. So I might need to move, and then you might need to just pick the video again, watch, and then so that you can pick up, so that we don't get everyone. There's Winifred, right? You are correct. Anyways, I like that. All right, Evergreen Eddie. Well, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure because I know if I've been calling your name, once I call your name, I will know. All right, let's move on. So now this is what we have here. We have the map of Nigeria. So now under my location, if I add state under my location, now you see what they say now. Remove location to display longitude and latitude. Alternative, you can this. Now, this one is an alternative way of showing something. Now, look at what I did now. Look at what I did is I have removed longitude and latitude and now select state. Now, what I am currently using now is internet. What do I mean by internet? Each of the states in Nigeria is represented on geopolitical zones, in different geopolitical zones, right? So immediately I picked state, it looked around and locate those states. Now, if you add state to your longitude and latitude, it will tell you to disable one of those options. So it's either you use your location as state, which you just bring up your map, or since you have your longitude and latitude values, you can just pull that up and then pull it on, and then you have the same map of Nigeria. But then this is just showing us the map of Nigeria. Are there things we want to see in the map of Nigeria? Are there things we can do with this? I will also show us a bit of editing, and then after which we now move forward. Yes, Dan Toby. I like, at least I'm so familiar with that name as well, Dan Toby. All right. So now, one thing I want to quickly want to do is, if you notice, if you look at my data here, I have the population for each state in 2006 or 2019, right? So what I want to do now is I want to populate each state with the number that I have here. Now, what that means is this. Opanachi, confirm, senior boy. All right. So what that means is this. If you take note, all right, before we do that, let's do a bit of editing our visuals. Now, under this, if you come to this extreme right, you see 3 panes here: data, build, and then format. Under this, our format here, if you click on format, what you are saying is you want to see the properties of this map. Please pay attention. Properties of this map. Now, under the properties of this map, I will just be showing us a few things. You guys would need to go and work on this yourself, and then you can have some stuff, some good stuff with it. Size and styles, you can edit the size and styles. You can check your padding. You can change the background. All right, I have a background. If I want to change the color of my background to maybe like something like this. Did you see what I have now? I have just change my background color, but then I don't think I need background. Let me leave it at white. Then you can add some transparency to it. The visual border, if you want this line border to be thick, whatever you want to see there. Then map settings. This is where I really need you to pay attention. There are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 styles. No, 5 actually, I'm correct. For your map setting. Oh, fantastic. D. At last you got it. All right. Styles of what? Styles of map. Now, what you do is this. When you click on any of the style, it will load a particular style of graph. So I pick on area. Area will reload. Can you see what area gives me now? Area will show a particular, this is what one of the style is showing. All right. So the style is showing that I have a particular representation looking like this. Does that make sense? How many people do I still have following me on this call? Do I have people following me on this call? Let me see. Let me see. Am I too fast? Then are we getting values for our time? Leave good evening. Get to the class and start working. Thank you. Testimony. All right, fantastic. Thank you, Fagbenro. Good stuff. You guys are really doing well. Great. All right, not too fast. Thank you. I like that. Oh, I like this. I like this. Bumper to bumper. Thank you, Busola. Getting values. Fantastic. That's good. That's good. Right on. All right. Let me write on. So this is area. So I can select dark theme, and then you see the way it looks like. And you see what it looks like. I can also select light. See the way it looks like. Can you see what I have? All still on my map. I am only choosing a template, grayscale. So at the end of the day, maybe some of us will just choose whatever you like, and then that was what you will use. So let me leave my art area because it's my presentation. So you can decide on how you want your presentation to look like. All right. So also bubbles as well. You can also give bubbles colors. So we have default color for bubbles. I can say turn on my bubble colors. Each state, I want to give it bubble colors. And by the time you start picking one after the other now, you can change the color one after the other. All right. You can change the color one after the other. But I don't have time to do that tonight. So you might want to check that out when you are working in your own, what's it called now, in the corner of your room, and then you can see that. Now, some other things you can also do, all right? Now, format settings, text, header, tooltips, alternate text, and all of that. Under your visuals again, let's see what we can do under visuals again. Size. You can increase the size of the bubbles. See, did you see what I have now? I just increased the size of my bubble now. So the bubble has increased by default. And what this means is that everything, all the bubbles, pay attention. This is all the bubbles. That means I have not positioned anything on the bubble. By the time I now put the, what's it called now? The population on the bubble, the size will now be dependent on the population of that state. Do you understand? So currently, what I'm saying is I want my default bubble size to be what? This size. And having this default population size, when I want to check the variation between different states, what I will do is I will just check by maybe using legend or putting a bubble size. All right, over getting value. Thank you. Now I've done that about what? My editing of visuals, right? Let me come to my bubble size. Under my bubble size, I now pick 2019. Can somebody tell me what you notice now? I have picked 2019. From the bubble sizes that you have now, somebody help me at the comment section. Which state do you think has the largest population in 2019? Because the bubble size will actually show. Just over on the bubble size, you will see the attribute of that bubble. Yes, 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 yes. Kano. All right. Can you guys now see now when they say Kano vote, Kano vote, Kano vote? Now, by data, we have been able to justify looking at it to say that Kano has the largest, followed by which state? Can anybody help me? Followed by which state? Followed by which state? Can somebody give me the first three states? First three states. All right. Kano, Lagos. So somebody. How can it be Benin? It's not Benin. Check, check, check. Is it somewhere around the north? Kaduna. Okay, are you sure? I am not sure. I am not sure it's Kaduna. Can you look at Katsina? Katsina, not Kaduna. So we have Kano, Lagos, and Katsina. Thank you, Paul Oluwatobiloba. Kano, Lagos, and Katsina, actually, not Kaduna. Kaduna has 8 million. Kaduna has 8 million. Kano has 9 million. I mean, sorry, Katsina has 9 million. Katsina has 9 million. And then Kano has 14 million. While Lagos have what? 12 million. So we have Kano, Lagos, and Katsina. Are we together, guys? Is this making sense? All right. So this is what working with map data looks like. It's Kano, Lagos, Katsina, Kaduna, and Bauchi. All right. If you say so, then that's it. This is what it means to work with what? With map data. So you guys can explore more. Because of my time, I still want us to start something before we have our break. If you are lost, was Okobulu. I pray I find you. I pray I find you. But if not, please just you have access to the video. Please just pick it up, and then you will still enjoy all of it, all of this bit. Then I want to be sure if you are working with your PC, it will be easier. Is there a way we can know the population in each state? Yes, when you hover on it, you can see. If I hover on it, I will see the population in each state. And if I want it to show,
Now, if I want it to show, it will show actually, but you can imagine if I'm bringing all those values to this data, it will mess up the whole thing. It will mess up the whole thing. It will mess up the. I should recap from longitude. So sorry about that. I can't do that. I am so sorry. I can't do that. If I recap on that longitude again, that's where we're going to end this class tonight. We're going to end this class on that. If I have to go back to that longitude and latitude. So that's that. So quickly now, let me assume we are done with this map. I don't, of course, like I told you, you guys should explore more. See, you might want to tell a story around this, how you are able to, you might want to bring different visuals, you might want to check for different bubbles, you might want to even do a comparison. Let me give you guys something you can do, or you might want to check. You might want to do, okay, let me also show you something. Um, if I put legend, if I put my state on legend, you will see what will happen. Did you see what happened? Did you see what happened? So I just put legend on my state. What I'm saying is each state should be represented with a particular color. Each state should be represented. Is there a way we can look for the largest state without clicking on the bubble? I don't ask you to click on the bubble. All you just need to do is to hover around it, right? Once you just hover around it, you should be able to see it. Alternatively, if you go to your format settings and then you now say you want to see your, or what's it called now, your data labels, your data here will be messed up. It will be messed up. It will be messed up. It will be messed up. So this is just the best way. This makes sense, right? Okay. So you guys can make do with this, explore with this, and then one thing I can give you as challenge is this, and I'm waiting to see who will attempt it and share maybe something around it on LinkedIn, right? Or maybe on your social media later, is you can do a comparison between the two states. You can do a comparison between the two states, and from there you will know whether Kano in 2019 is more than Kano in 2006 or vice versa. All right. So let me leave it at that. You guys can go and research around that. All you just need to do is what? Have another what was it called on it? Let me leave it at that. So this is that, or this is this about my map visual. All right, let's go to the second data that I have for us to work tonight, because this is where we're going to be spending more time. That is the HR data. So if you want to keep this alone, you can keep this alone on just maybe a page, and you can go to new page. And under your new page now, you can now go to your get data again. Get data. Do I have my HR data here? Now go to get data. Let me just fold this up. So get data is an Excel workbook. So let me just get Excel. HR data is still under HR data, but then I'm going to select the sheet that I wanted to use. The sheet that I wanted to use. So look at the sheet I want to use now is HR data. The sheet I want to use now is what? The HR data. Then I will transform. Don't load. Cultivate the usual way. Interesting. I like that the legend gives. I like the touch the legend gives to the map. Oh, all right. So now, guys, I want us to go for our break, and then when we come back for our break. But before we go for our break, I want to give you guys something to think around. Before we come back from our break, I need people to explain at the comment section what this HR data is all about. You need to come and tell me what this data is all about. Do we have okay? Time for break. All right, thank you. So let's go for our break. When we come back from our break, and then we'll come back by 10 minutes after it, we'll be able to start that order, and then I will hear from us, and then we can continue from there. I think we've had a good time for our break. Can we continue now? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Oh, fantastic. I have some good stuff here. People have even been sending some updates to me here about okay, there is no header in the HR data, only column 1 to 46. All right. I have not said you should do anything about that. So just hold on. If you are not having any header, that means you have loaded the data. You did not transform your data. Igboke, Ijeoma, you did not transform that data. If you transform the data, you should currently be where I am currently. So if you're having column 1 to 46, just the same way I'm having my own, then you are correct. But if you have loaded it, you need to take it back to transform state. That's take your car back to the mechanic. That's your data, I mean. The HR data shows the information of existing and non-existing, those who have left employees in a company. Salisu Adenike, thank you. I like that. Information of existing and non-existing. Okay, you tried. Let me not give you 100%. Let me look at the HR is talking. Ben Mazai said the HR data is talking about the status, the details of an entitlement of an existing and non-existing employee. Okay. The HR data is on employee attrition and the various factors that could cause the attrition. Factors like overtime, distance from home. Chukura Chuku, I give it to you 100%. Let me say it again. I like what I saw here. The HR data is on employee attrition and the various factors that could cause the attrition. Now, based on what Chukura said, if you check that data, that table carefully, the first thing that should catch your attention here is attrition. And the condition they said is attrition, is it yes or no? So that means what is attrition? Attrition is when someone has left an organization, right? He's no longer in that organization, irrespective of how he left, whether he was sacked, he was pursued, he left for greener pasture and whatever. So, but then he has left. That's what. Mamedu Christiana, I saw your message, all right? Company employee data. HR data is a demographic data supply information about population. Umoren, you have mixed so many things together. There should be other options created for we that, okay. First row needs to be set as header, all right? You're already, Akio, you have already started working on your data anyway. It gives basic HR details and of employee in a company like age department. Okay, the HR data is an organization employee data. The data set provides an insight into the employee turnover. Okay, is about employees data information. All right, since I have what I was looking for, all right, I think I should just leave it at that. Attrition is a HR data that shows the employees who has left the company. All right. So it's talking about attrition. So if you look at this table that we have here, the first thing I think you should first do is what somebody has actually spoken about. If you notice, I have column 1, 2 to column 46 thereabout, which is not supposed to be. So what I'm supposed to do here first is come to my transform. Under my transform, let me promote my header. Use first row as header. All right. Now you have attrition. Now, did you also notice under your applied step here that something has changed in your data? All right. Column 15 and 16. Somebody is also saying some columns are not relevant. All right. Where you see 1, -2, 0, all of those columns, they are not relevant. I agree with you. So I can take those 2 columns out, right? Remove columns. Did you see that? So CF, current employees, daily rates, and all of that, little by little, little by little. Let's check. Is there any other thing you think we need to do? So I have 41. I have column 41. So I don't know how many number, how many number the columns are actually. But just make sure you have, if you have imported the correct table, you should have the same thing everybody is having. All right. So now that we have looked at this, we want to look at a few. Can somebody tell us, like, what is it Chukuma now the other time said? He said this data is talking about the attrition of employees and why they left. So let me say this. This data actually, what we want to consider, what we want to look at here is there is an organization where the HR of that organization has released the data to say that we have a problem. And then the problem is people have left. People have left. And then, number one, we want to know how many people have even left. Why have they left? Could that be a reason why they left? Is there something we can do to curb people leaving? You know, for instance, now I know quite a number of people once they work in an organization for. I have a younger friend like that. You know, she just told me that the highest she can stay in any organization is 6 months to 1 year. After that, she has to move to another place. There are people like that. They just want to move from one place to another in less time. And I have people that also ensure they climb the ladder where they are to ensure they get to the peak, right? I have people like that as well. So, and I have people because of the state of the country also, you know, they want to Japan, right? You get what I'm saying, right? If you don't understand what I'm saying, you might need to come back and check again. Do you understand? So that's Japan. So some people also want to relocate for greener pastures and for different reasons. Maybe it's white people. Some people get married and then got married rather, and then they had to relocate to some other place, right? So now here is our data, and then the first column we have here is attrition. The other thing I need you guys to check is check your data types. Attrition is ABC. Is it correct? Yes. Business travel ABC. Age bound. This is the age group of people in that organization. Now, we can also say that within the attrition, we want to know the age group, the highest age group that have left. When we start to think like that, we will know maybe this is the reason why maybe people who are younger are the most that left the organization. And at that point in time, you can easily tell, say, guy, no, they stay for one place. So if you do small thing here, you come out, go another place. All right. That's the way it works. So let's look at it. We'll take it one after the other. I know we cannot finish it tonight, but when we come to the next class, we'll continue. And hopefully we're able to finish it at the next class. If we are not, I will wish you guys all the best. But then let's move fast so that we are not distracted. All right. Just a moment. Okay. For those asking for the column that was removed, the column was having -2 and then I think 0 thereabout. Was not having anything really 15 and 16. I don't know how you count your column. But if I want to take that step back, let me take the step back. So I've taken the step back now. So let me count the column number. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So people saying 15 and 16, they are correct. So it's column 15 and 16. All right. So now we have done that. So we have checked our data types, so I think we are fine. All right. So let's go back home and then close and apply. Since we have done the little and what's it called now? Adjustment that we need to do to our data. At this point, your data is working well. All you need to do now is to come on, put it on fire, and let's see what we can do with this data. Now, please, again, let me say this. Anytime you are working on any data, you must respect brand identity. What did I say? Respect brand identity. What do I mean by brand identity? Now, you should not be working on a project maybe for MTN. And when you are designing your visualization or your dashboard or your report is full of red and red. You see, if I am the one to interview or to review your report, as you are opening it, I will ask you to close your system and go. You know what that means? You have rubbished or you have not placed a careful and a due diligence on the brand. So if you are working for any or you are doing what's it called now, creating a report, you must pay careful attention to your color codes, color mixing and matching, and then all of this is very. So for instance, now like you are working for an MTN analysis, you are doing an analysis for MTN, and then your visual is all full of red and green. They will know that you are the one sent against MTN, right? And they will just tell you, go to where you belong. Don't come here at all. So you are still looking for an opportunity. So do you understand? And like that. So you must understand that. So now, just like I am about to start, of course, this data we do not have any knowledge about the organization. So I'm going to use whatever I feel like using, and you can also use whatever you feel like using. But I'm saying this so that at a later time you will understand what it means when we are working like that. At this point in time, I don't think anybody can convince me to change my theme from black theme because I like it. For my canvas, I mean, not the general theme. For my canvas, I like black theme. So I can now begin to give it different colors that I want. Now you can see I have my black background as my theme. Olukayode, yes, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So now let's go to our visualization. Somebody will help us check what is the total number of people we have in that organization. We want to even start. You know, one of the things we want to do is we want to start by first from what we know to what we don't know. That's how to solve a problem. Do you understand? Please pay attention. You want to start from what you know to what you don't know, and then consciously you are beginning to solve the problem. All right. Whatever color you ask, whatever color of team you like, put it is your work. All right. If you like, put Ojuju as the color of your team. That's what will help you use them. Don't mind me. That was a lighter mood, right? So now let's start by checking what exactly, in fact, what is the total number of people in that organization? Can we even first know how many people are in the organization? All right. So let's see. So we'll come back to my report view. Then I'll come to my visualization pane. Like I told you, anytime you need to, okay, I can go say 1,470. Let me do my one, then let me check whether you are correct. So what do you use? Can somebody tell me what visual we're going to use here? Can somebody tell me what visual are we going to use to build here? Anybody? Where did I press to get what? Card. Thank you, Odutola Odutogun. Yes, thank you. Who said mattress? It's not mattress, it's Camry. All right, it's card actually. Don't mind me. Bar chart. Auntie Esther, calm down. We just need a value, just a value, just a value. We want to know the total number. The total number is just a value. So card is what I will bring out. So under the card, I go to my data. All right. I go to my data. Then I come to, there is a column that has employee count. I have explained this summation sign for us, right? There is a column that has employee count. Just click and drag and drop it on the field. Click and drag and drop it on the field. Did you see what I have? And then I have 1,470. Now, here beneath it, it said sum of employee count is how many? 1,470. That is how to start. Don't worry, I know we have some designers here. You can still give your report some tone of designing. I won't even do that for you, honestly. I will just tell you what to do. Do you know that you can also get some, you can come home, pick some insert. So I'm only giving you what you can do. Text box. Can you see text box? Can you see more visuals? Maybe like pictures. You can insert pictures. Can you see? In case you have buttons, you can insert buttons like arrow, reset, and all of that. Now, in case probably where you need to do something like a bookmark, a link, you want to create a link from one page to another. Let me promise you, let me not promise you, I won't do that for you in this class. We cannot get them. Do you understand? I am saying in case. So, in case you want to create a bookmark, that's why I said after now, there is still more to it, right? There is still more to this class. But then, whatever you are getting before we end this particular class is good enough for you to earn yourself an internship as an entry level. I can bet it with you. I can bet it with you. So that is the standard. That is the standard. All right. So button here, there is text box in case you want to type in some things, but I'm not paying emphasis to those ones. You can do those ones by yourself, right? So this is my card here. I want to do some editing. I want to format it. I want it to look good, right? Let's assume I'm working for, I won't mention the name of the brand I'm working for, but maybe by the time I'm done, you guys will know. So immediately you have highlighted your visuals. The next thing you need to do is to format your visuals. Immediately you have what? You have, once you have selected the visual you want to use, you need to edit or format that visual. Look at this plus sign here. If you click this, you can edit your visual, or you come to this format here, you can edit. Now, the first thing I'm seeing here is what? It's saying title. Do I want this title? If I click on the title, it will just say, what title do I want? I don't want it. Category label. What is my category label? Look at this 1,470. Immediately beneath it is showing what? Sum of employee count. That is my category label. If I uncheck it, it takes it out. Now, I don't want category label, and I'll tell you why I don't want it. Because I am still going to give my visual a title. So when I'm beginning to use category label from now, a point will come, category label will be conflicting with my title. And to avoid too many busy things on your visualization, take the category label out. Excuse me. Give your visual your desired title. Does that make sense? So let me say it again. Your category label, instead of having it on your screen, because it's going to be conflicting with other things, particularly if you want to also have title. For instance, now I might not want to put sum of employee count. Now, category label, you cannot give it your own name. It will only pull it from your data for you. That's why I say sum of employee count. But on my own title, I desire to make it very detailed. Total number of employee in the company or in the organization, or total number of employee. Which one is more reasonable? I just put something like that. So, but my category label cannot do that for me. So I want my category label out. Then I can click on more options. Let's see what my more options can do. Now I have under my more options here. I have size and styles, title, call out values, category label. So let's take it one after the other. Size and styles of this my picture, of this my visual. I can increase it and can reduce it. Instead of picking a default. Now, if you need to pick a default size here, why you need to do that is because if you want a consistent size, you can just say 280, 280, and then you can lock aspect ratio, lock it, and then when you are coming to pick the next time is also the same size. However, you can just click on just the way I have the click here, just the way I have the click here, and then you can just expand to increase or reduce to suit whatever size you want. Does that make sense? Your table is not showing the box by the text. What should I do? The box by the text. Did you see these two sign? There is this two sign immediately after your table. If you can see those two sign, click the second one. The second one. If you cannot see any of these two sign, come to this extreme here. Come to this extreme here. Come to this extreme here. I'm talking to you, Martin Agbo. Come to this extreme here, and then you can click format. Once you click on format, it brings it out. That is just it. It's as simple as that. Does that make sense? All right. So that is my size and position. The next thing is my padding. What is my padding? This my border that I have here, do I want to make it thick? If I want to make it thick, I can add some cell padding to it, right? I can just make, say I want some padding. Did you see? Did you see the side that is getting thick? Like that, like that. Now, listen, guys, I'm paying careful attention to format this first one because this is the only one I'll be formatting. After this one, I will continue my visualization, and then you can begin to leverage on this. So that's why I'm doing this one, because I will. There's also a cheat code. I don't know whether I should tell you the cheat code tonight or maybe later. Background. My background is showing black. Do I want to keep this background, or I even want to change my background? And immediately I come up with something like this. What comes to your mind? Oh, I'm already tending towards something that look like something, right? So I have changed the background of my image, of my visual, I mean. What's that? We can see. What is there any issue? Is someone having any issue? All right, let's continue. So I've been able to change this background to any color as the case may be, depending on what you want to see. I honestly don't know what color to use. Okay, I know what I will do now. Maybe I should just use relative of these two colors. All right, so transparency, you can also adjust the transparency to make it look. Did you see that? So you can give it, if you want a visual border, you can just turn it on. And then how do you want your visual border to look like? You want to make it look like a curve, corners, round corner. Did you see my round corner now? Let me make this a little bit big again so that everybody can see what I have. Did you see my rounded corner visuals? Paul Oluwatobiloba, why are you calling Incubator up? Do you want to give us something? What did you click to change the background? I did not click so much. Just come under your what? Your size and styles. Then you scroll through under padding, close the padding. I'm done with padding, close it. Then next is background. Under the background, turn it on. You will see off and on. First of all, turn it on. Whatever you are doing, you first need to turn it on, particularly if it's off. Turn it on, and then you see color there. You can pick any color and then pick your transparency. Then the visual border, I have my visual border like this. The color is this. If I want to change the color, I can also change the color to maybe a more relative color. All right. And then if I want to add shadow, You can turn on the shadow as well. Give it a shadow color. Can you see my shadow now? Let me give it. Don't mind my color, please. I am doing this because I want everybody to see the difference in what I am doing. All right. If I'm building a dashboard or a report, trust me, I can do so much with it. If you lock aspect ratio, does it mean it will affect other visuals that you will be bringing in? Okay, thank you, Grace. That is a very fantastic question. So if you lock your aspect ratio, so what you are saying is when you click on that visual to create an image for you, that is what it will bring out for you. That size, that size. So that's if you lock your aspect ratio. Fantastic question. Shadow, where do you want the shadow? Inside or outside? Title. So I'm done with my what? Shadow. I'm done with visual border. I'm done with a background. The next one is what? Title. Let me come to title. I have to turn it on. Like somebody give me an OT here. He said total employee or B. Let's put total number of employee. So I type it immediately as I am typing. Can you see it? As I am typing it, it is showing on my screen immediately. Total number of employee. Right? Now, can we make some adjustment to this? Font. Usually, I don't use default font. I like to use a font that I would love when I see my work. All right. So let me give this bold and make it look good. Let me also indent it to the middle. Alignment, center. The background color. Do I need background color? My text color. Do I need to change my text color? Yes. I was looking for a particular darker version. No, this won't work. I need something that will be very bright on that color. Don't mind me in case I am not a good designer. But I needed you guys to get everything I am doing for the sake of this class. All right. So I think black works well for me for now. So now I have renamed my total number of employees. I can increase the size if you think you need to see it clearer or clearly. There are a lot of insights from this data set. Time why time is fast spent on this card? Yeah. If only you know what exactly the essence of what I am doing, you won't probably have said that because whatever you are calling time spent now, I might not come back to it again, actually, because there is no point when you are want to do so much and then you don't understand the basis of what you are doing. So please, if you are not tired of watching, just please follow me carefully. Thank you. All right. So that is our background, color, and all of that, subtitle, divider, spacing. Now look at this, call out value. Some of these things are what you will be looking for later when you are working. And if you don't pay attention to them now, when you have need for them, you will not know what exactly you are looking for. This call out value, did you see my 1470? This is my call out value. So I want to change the font. Did you see the font I have here? I don't like the font I have there. So I want to have maybe constant here. And then I want to increase the size. Let me say 80. Let's see what it looks like. 60. Okay. Maybe that's the highest size I can have. 60. Make it bold. Now it's bold. Then I have a particular size to say this is. Look at this now. I can use white. Okay, somebody say I should use white. No, don't let me answer. If I answer this person, another person will have another opinion. So let me just continue what I'm doing. So the category label was what I turned off the other time. So do I need to turn it on again? No, I don't need it for now. So there's no point turning. Now, I've been able to design this to suit what I want, right? Does this make sense? Now, somebody listen carefully. I haven't spent so much time on this. If I want to do my next visual, do I need to come and start designing that one again? For consistency's sake, Why don't I just copy this and paste and then just bring it to the next side, right? What I will just do is I've copied and paste. I will just edit the value here. Do you understand? Do you understand? Now, the first we have here is total number of employee, right? Somebody help me. What do you think we can have as the second? The second one is total. We have total number of employee now. Can somebody help me at the comment section? What do you think we should check for now? Yes, 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 yes. We're almost to 9. Nobody's talking. Okay, let me continue because of my time. Ah, wow. Current staff, thank you. Akin O, that's current employee. Current employee, fantastic. You did well. So let me look at my table here. Is there any column speaking to current? Yes, I have something speaking to current employee. Can you see that here? So here now, I have something speaking. So I'll just click on this current employee. So I will uncheck employee count. Then I will click what? Current employee. Did you see that? Current employee, I've clicked it, the thing adjusted itself. Now I have what? 1,233 as number of current employee. Okay, gender. We are coming to gender soon. Employee in the department. Those are the analysis we are going to be checking later. Monthly income. Thank you, Bakari Patience. You are the one that answered my next question. My next question is total attrition. So who is going to tell us? Looking at the table, let me show you the table, what the table looks like. Look at this table now. On our table, we have attrition. But what we have on our attrition is yes and no. So what it means is when attrition is yes, so that means the person has left, right? And when attrition is no, that means the person is still in the organization. Now, I want to ask, how do you think, looking at what all the processes, this is how to solve your problem now. I'm throwing it back at you. This is how to think as an analyst. How do you think I can do a count of this attrition? Anybody at the comment section? Listen, there are several ways by which you can do this. Several ways. Several ways. Yes, how do you think you can get this attrition count? Filter for yes case. Okay. Pie chart. Pie chart will not give me the total number. Filter will not also give me the total number. I need total number just like I have the number here. Did you see the way I have the number here? Oh, sorry. I need to change this heading here. Now, don't forget, you have to change your title, right? So this title will now be what? Total current employee, right? Group by, no. Bakari Patience, confirm. Wow, wow, wow. You are really, really giving me good stuff there. So Bakari Patience say that's one of the ways actually. We can make yes 1 and no 0. So if we do that, if we make yes 1 and make no 0, we will do a what? A conditional column, right? That's a conditional column. And that conditional column will now give us a column to say we can now count all ones, and that will have the total number of attrition. That's number one. Number two, because of my time, can I also do something like, let me get my Q and A. You remember the Q and A, right? All right. Did you remember the Q and A? Now, if I bring out my Q and A, he's saying I should ask question about my data. Now I want to ask question about my data. Jerry anti, make the yes one. All right. So guys, you are doing well. You guys, when we get to that point, we will use it and I'll tell you what to do and I will want you guys to do it. Now, but then I want to show you another way. This is, let's say, sum of attrition. You remember when I told you, this is where we talked about synonyms. You remember, right? Yes. So in case you cannot remember attrition, you can say some of maybe employee left, whatever you want to put there. Just put. So some of attrition, yes. Right? Some of attrition, yes. Look at what I have. 237. So he's telling me that the total number of people that have left that organization is 237. 1, 2, 3, 3 plus 237. What does it give me? It gives me 1,470. Can you see that's my answer, right? But that is number one. Now, in the case where you will still need this value of attrition count, the Q&A cannot bring out your attrition count on the table. So you need another way by which you can get the attrition count available on your table. And how can you do that? Is when you use a measure. And that is what the first thing you guys talked about the other time is what is your conditional column, right? That conditional column. So let me leave this out. Take note, we have 237, right? So let me take this 237 out. So let me take this out. Now come to my data. Under this, my HR data, there is 1 3 dot in front of it. There is 1 3 dot in front of it. Now, before we come to this place, there are quite a number of things. I want us to use measure, but don't let us use it from there so that some people will not get confused. All right? Let's come to our table. So let's transform our data. We want to do some 1 or 2 magic now. I want to perform a magic here now. So transform your data, take it back to the mechanic workshop. We want to do 1 or 2 things. All right, now we are here. So this is the data I'm working with, HR data. So now what I want to do is this. Under my add column, now I want to create a conditional column, just like you guys have mentioned. My conditional column. Now listen, I told you the last time I was showing us as an example, that conditional column is that you must use the exact way it is represented in the data for you to get it accurately, right? Now, under my conditional column, you say, what is the new name? The new name I want to have is what? Attrition count. Then I hope that name is not existing on my data. So I say if attrition equals yes, please, when you are typing your yes, make sure your yes is capital letter Y-E-S and there is no space after it so that you don't have an issue. All right? The same way it is in your data. Then type 1. Add clause, else. Every other thing should be what? Be 0. So there's no need for me to put another condition again, say else if attrition equals 0. Since I have just 2 options, right? So S 0, then I'll click what? Okay. Look at what I have here. I have a new column that has been created for me. And that column is basically zeros and ones. Check your data type. Anytime you work with a conditional column or you are creating a new column, please check your data type. My data type is showing what? ABC123, which is not supposed to be. What I want is just whole number. Because what I just said now, some of you will call my attention back when you start your analysis because you will have issues with it. If you leave it at 1, 2, 3 ABC or ABC, you will not be able to do what you need it for because it's not going to sum it. For instance, now, I have attrition count. Let me go back to, let me assume I'm done here. Then let me go to home, close and apply. Since that is the only thing I want to do for now, close and apply. So let it update. Now, if you come to my table now, I have a new column called what? Attrition count. Did you see that? And in front of it, did you see the summation sign? The summation sign is showing me that I now have a count. All I'm getting is zeros. So check, check, check. Check the way you type your yes and your no. If you don't type it correctly, you will get zeros or you get just one. All right. So let me copy and paste these visuals again. Right. I copy this and I paste it again. And now, what do I want to do? I want to get count of attrition. Count of attrition. Now, I have something that shows attrition count on my table here. If I just click on this, let me uncheck this now and click on attrition count. What do you think I have? I have my 237. Now, I can make reference to this in case I need it later. That is my 237. Is this making sense? Are you guys following? Are you guys enjoying yourself? Is this difficult? Or should we stop at this point so that there are not too many information? All right. Okay, let's continue. Now, we have been able to address solve three issues now. This is from known to unknown. Are you following me, guys? So we have total number of employees to be 1,470. Total current employee is what? 1,233. The total current, sorry, we need to rename this again. Let's do the normal way we'll do it. Come to your what? Edit category, title, rename. Here is what? Attrition count. All right. So we have attrition count. Since we have a default formatting for it already, it applies to it as well. Now, do you see what we can do? What other thing can we do here now? We have gotten the total number of people in the organization. We have also gotten the total number of people left. We have also gotten the total number of people currently in the organization. Let's check. How can we do the rate of attrition? Now, can somebody tell me, what do you think will be the rate of attrition? We want to know what is the percentage of people that left the organization compared to the entire organization. Gender. Thank you, Richard. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, Richard. Sorry, I'm calling us by first name. I know some of us are big people, so that I don't have to start saying brother or sister. That's why, please, so permit me. So permit me. So that's what I'm saying, our first name. So I know there are big people, pastors, all of those, I know. So how do we get that? Let's get back to work. How do we get that? Measure. Oh, wow. Emmanuel Fagbemi 16.12. How do you arrive at that? Attrition count compared to the total employee. Thank you, Akin. So how can we do that? So we can do that in several ways again. So what I would say we should do is this. Let's create a measure. How do we create a measure? Now click out, come to this your HR data. Inside this your HR data, there is this 3 dots. Did you see these 3 dots? These 3 dots, click it and then say new measure. New measure, click on it. It will ask you, what measure do you want to create? Can you see now? It's already asking me what measure do I want to create. I will name it what? What do I name it as? Yes, what do you want me to name it as? Rate of attrition. Let me put at the rate of attrition. All right, the rate of, so what will be the rate of my attrition? What will be the rate of my attrition, guys? The rate of my attrition will be simple. It will be what? Attrition divided by the total employee, right? That's attrition divided by what? The total employee. So now that I have attrition count equals what? Some attrition count, right? Divided by what? Some employee count. Employee count. Then I will click OK, right? Then I'll click OK. Okay, the sum function only accepts a column reference. Okay, something is not correct here. A bit loose, but I can go over. Oh, okay. Go over it, please. Sum. Okay, let me take this down. Let me take this again. There's something I missed out. So sum. Attrition count. Divided by sum. What's that employee count? All right, now it works. So I didn't put my bracket. I didn't close my bracket earlier. That's why I didn't have it. So now, if you come to my data, you will see something like rate of attrition. Can you see rate of attrition now? Can you see rate of attrition? Now, I have a rate of attrition. Let's go and check. What is my rate of attrition? So what is my rate of attrition? So let me just do something like this. Control C, V. Then I will also bring it here. Then I will do what? I will uncheck this. Then I will click what? Rate of attrition. Now, rate of attrition is giving me what? 0.16. Is 0.16. But since it's rate, what I want to see is percentage, right? Percentage. So what I will just do is I will just come to the what? To the value again, where I have rate of attrition. Click on rate of attrition, then I will convert it to what? Just click on this format. Under my format, click percentage. And immediately I click percentage, it's telling me that now it's now in 2 decimal places. Am I okay with the 2 decimal places? Am I in is it okay in 2 decimal places? Yes. If I'm okay, let's go back to my view now. What do I have? I have 6.12 dot 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 dot. I don't want dot dot dot. So let me go back to my table model and let me leave it at what? Percentage, and then let's say 1. Did you see that now? Did you see that now? So I have 16.1. And if I want to have two decimal place, I can also have two decimal place. Did you see that? So that's two decimal place. Now, wow, I know it's past time already, but we are just getting into our analysis proper. Okay, Bakari, I just tried something different. I used the attrition count, got the average, and changed it to percentage. It gave me same answer. You use the what? Attrition count, the average of the attrition count. So that means you summarize the attrition count. You summarize the attrition count, and then you still arrive at the same thing. Fantastic. If that works for you, that's good. So please just give me like three minutes and then I will wrap it up for tonight. So now we have done our total number of employee, then current employee, attrition count, then this one is what? Rate of attrition. So let me edit this. Rate of attrition. Rate of attrition. Now we have rate of attrition, and maybe one more thing that, okay, yes, thank you, Adesoji, thank you. Oh, Olusoji Omobolale, thank you so much. I appreciate for dedication towards us. May God reward your effort. Amen. Thank you. So the last thing I want to do, I'll just do this quickly, and then when we come to the next class, we'll check it again. Is I want to use summarization. Summarization for what? For the average age. Average age. Do we have age on this? We have age, Abi. Can you see age here? So let me just do something like Control C and V. Right? Then here, what I want to do is let me uncheck this attrition count, then let me bring age. Now that I have age, see what it gave me? It gave me the total, the sum of all the ages, right? That's the sum of all the ages. But I don't want the sum. What I want is the average. So I come and use my summarization. You remember what I told you about summarization here? You can pick the maximum in case you want to know the maximum age. If you click on maximum, the maximum age here is 60. If you click on minimum, we will see the minimum age as well. The minimum age is 18. So, but what we want to see is what? The average age. Now, we have the average age to be 36.92, but we are talking about age here. So, for us to have the age as what we expect to see is something we can just put as saying that what we want is just a whole number, right? And then no decimal place. Yes, whole number. Then let me take, oh, I'm already getting signal. So just remove that. I said it already, Ini Moren. I said it already tonight. I said that I might not be able to demonstrate, but however, maybe during our mentorship session or during the phase of the maybe mentorship and all project walkthrough, we can work with something like that, but might not be for this section because what we are doing now, Seth, we have, in fact, if we have the next 1 month, we might not be able to finish all, but then we have to finish so that we can write our exam. Yes, you can run down the age and then get 37 or 36 as the case may be. All right. Thank you, everyone. I think it's good we just call it a night because of my time. I'm already getting serious signals why we need to stop. All right. So somebody's already even saying, bros, close, I beg. Okay, I'm closing. Thank you. Let's have a good evening.